Congratulations! Welcome to this opportunity to take an online class. I'm Miss Langen, and you can find me in room 303. This presentation is just a general overview of online learning and what that will mean for you as a student at Discovery High School. Before we get started, let me just remind you that an online course should be a similar amount of time as an in-person class, so you should expect to devote 5 to 6 hours per week on your online course. That being said, let's get started with the most important information, and this is communication. Communication is key to being in an online class. Being online doesn't make you invisible. Instead, you have a one-on-one experience with your teacher. So please make use of communication frequently. You have numbers for quick texts, an email for longer messages, and you can certainly come by room 303 for help during the school day. As far as classwork goes, in this online class, you'll have weekly due dates. So assignments will be presented to you, generally by Monday morning, and they are due with a strict deadline of 11:59 each Sunday. And it's not that I mean to be intensely harsh on this. It is simply that there has to be a cutoff. And rather than that cutoff being arbitrary, it needs to be set. So you know exactly when something is due. If it is 12:01, it is late. So please respect the weekly due dates. This course is asynchronous, so you don't have to be online at any particular time of day. As long as your work is submitted by the due date, you can work at your own pace. As far as the expectations for this course is meant to enable all students to be successful. But to that end, if you fall below a 70 average at any point, you may be required to come in to the classroom for remediation. This isn't meant to be punitive. It's just meant to ensure that all students are being successful in this class and getting the help that they need. That's the advantage of taking an online class in-house, where your teacher is available to you in the building. And finally, for classwork, please plan ahead. Take a look at the work for the week each Monday, even if you don't intend to do it until later in the week. Just take a look so that you can ask questions before the weekend, because come weekend, you may or may not be able to reach someone for help. Assignments. You'll always receive instructions on how and where to turn in assignments for the course. So you'll see a particular assignment requires you to put it into the assignments Dropbox. Another type of assignment will have you completing a discussion or a quiz. So with every assignment completed, there will be directions on where and how to submit something. Never, 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 never email the assignments to your teacher. A teacher gets so many emails that it's very easy for things to get lost, so do not email assignments to your teacher. But if you do have any issues submitting assignments, just get in touch with your teacher. So you can email your teacher to say you're having difficulty submitting an assignment or to ask for clarification on how or where to submit assignment. But don't wait until the weekend, because again, you may not be able to reach anyone at that point and you may miss a deadline. Grading. This course follows traditional GCPS grading protocol. So you'll have 40% formative, 40% summative, a performance exam, and a final exam. That final exam may be in person, but you will certainly get advance notice if that is the case. Late work. This one is a biggie, so please pay close attention. Life happens, and I understand that, so I have the same late work policy for all of my students. So this way, you don't have to come up with a good excuse that seems likely, and I don't have to be the judge of whether something is a reasonable excuse or not. So all students will have 1 extra week to turn in work for 10 points off. What that means is whether it's 1 day 1 minute or 6 days late, it's a flat 10 points off. This way, if you were sick on the very last day on the due date, it's just late. If you had a breakup, if you fell asleep, if you had to do something with your sports team, if your parents needed you for something, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Just turn it in for the late credit and move forward. After I check in work on Mondays for the students who submitted their work on time, that is when I will reopen the drop boxes, discussions, quizzes, whatever, for an additional week. So if you try to turn something in at 12:01 late on Sunday night and it's closed, wait for it to reopen on Monday. I will reopen them after I check in other work. After the 1 week grace period, any assignment not completed stays a 0. So please stay on top of your work. Recognize that things happen, and so you may have some late assignments, and that's okay. Then after that, it remains a 0. So don't wait any longer than that 1 week grace period. And finally, as far as grading late work goes, late work gets graded after all of the work that was submitted on time. So please never, never, never email your teacher saying, I turned that in 5 minutes ago. I know it was late, but can you grade it right now? The answer is no. It will go to the back of the line. So I start with work that was submitted on time and I finish with grading things that were submitted late. Course design. This course is designed using the principles of Universal Design for Learning, or UDL. This focuses on providing every student with the opportunity to succeed by removing barriers to learning. The course content is provided in a variety of formats to accommodate different ways of learning, so text, audio, video. Students are given choice in how to demonstrate mastery of material. If you feel that your learning needs are not being met, please, please, please reach out so we can work through this together. I want to see students be successful. Let's get started. This is how this first unit is going to go. You'll have the orientation. Assignments this week are meant to ensure that you know how to use the functions of Google Classroom. If you're a pro, great. It'll be quick and easy for you. But I need to design things with the assumption that people don't know how to use all the tools, and so I will be teaching them this first week. You'll have a quiz. It should be an easy one. The quiz will be over this material covered in these slides. So listen as you need to. And then you will be given an opportunity just for this quiz, not for all quizzes in the course, but just for this quiz, to take it as many times as you need until you score 100. Why? Because I need to be sure you understand the expectations for the course, and I want you to start off with a successful grade. For the slides presentation, you will do a slides presentation, but I will give you a Google Slides template. And it will just be a simple assignment to tell the class a bit about yourself. But really, I'm trying to see, can you take a template, make your own copy, complete it, resubmit it? We're using the tools. Then you'll have a discussion where you're going to post those slides that you created to share with the class, and you will comment on some of your peers. Finally, you'll use the classwork Dropbox, and I tend to call it a Dropbox. So if you see Dropbox, that is the classwork assignments. For this one, in this first week, you'll just answer a few simple questions about yourself and you'll submit it to the Dropbox just so I can make sure that you understand how to do this. Here are some general guidelines. You do not need to be in class, but if you are in the building during our class period, you should be with me in room 303. You should not be wandering the halls. You should not be attending 4 different lunches. So if you are in the building during our class period, you should be with me. Otherwise, you do not need to be in the building during your class period. The next one, this is a sticky situation. AI, artificial intelligence, i.e. ChatGPT, is a very useful tool. I make no mistake, I do not think this is an evil thing. I think it is a wonderful tool, but it is just that. It is a tool used to help you. It is not a substitute for your own original work. Trying to submit something that was fully generated by AI is plagiarism. It's cheating. Not only are you likely to score a 0, but you're likely to be removed from the class. So use AI as it's meant to be used, as a help, as an assist, as a tool, not as a substitute for you. You're the human. You are the one that is being assessed in this course, not AI. Finally, this is a great opportunity, taking this online class. Make good use of the privilege and recognize that it is a privilege. It is not a right. And if you abuse the privilege by being places you're not supposed to be, doing things you're not supposed to do, you will find that you quickly lose that privilege and are returned to a regular in-person class. If you ever have any doubt about any of these things, reach out. I am happy to clarify anything about being in class, the use of AI, and the opportunities you're given. Thank you. Please do reach out with any questions.